Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you're watching this video. Today is Monday, the 27th of October, 2025. So I want to quickly do an outlook on what I'm expecting this week. So last week I shared this setup on AUDCAD. At the time, I noticed AUDCAD was moving right inside of this range here. And I think at the time we were somewhere around here or thereabouts. Well, yeah, I think here. So it was in the middle, exactly. So I remember clearly it was in the middle. And I was expecting it to either tap into this resistance or drop back into support. So now, today is Monday, a new week, a new trading week has begun. This is where AUDCAD is at the moment. It's currently in an area of resistance. Now, if you look at the trend from this point, you'd see that we have this low, this high, this lower low, right? So this really still indicates that we're still technically in a bearish environment on smaller time frames. And if you remember, you can go through the previous video to see how the analysis started. We noticed that the monthly time frame is bullish from here. This is it. So monthly time frame shows bullish because price broke out of this area of resistance. Resistance turned to support, and also on the weekly time frame, price is currently sitting above this area of previous resistance, now turned support, indicating that we could see possible moves to the upside. But the daily time frame gives us a different bias, a different direction, because what we have on the daily time frame tells us, let's go to the 4 hours so it's a lot clearer. So what we have on the 4-hour time frame tells us that the trend is bearish because we have this low, this high, and this lower low. So from here, what do we expect? We're expecting that price would make a correction. So all of these that we see here is price making a correction for a possible extension to the downside. Or if we see this breakout above this level here, then this sell bias will no longer be valid because price is currently in this area of resistance. And resistance means that there are sellers around this zone who are looking to push price downwards, right? But if we get a clear break and close above this zone, it means that what we have on the 4-hour time frame tallies with what we have on the weekly time frame as well as the monthly time frame, which would give us more room to expect more bullish price action. But for now, price is still sitting inside of this range, this support and resistance zone. So until we get a clear break on AUDCAD, we're likely to just see it continue moving inside of this range. It has been in this range since Monday, October 13, about 2 weeks now. So that's one thing about price, right? You really cannot tell how it's going to move. It will just be, you may think it's going to break out in the next 1 hour, but you would realize that it's 2 weeks already and it's still sitting inside of this range. So what do we expect? We could just expect this further move to the downside, this consolidation until we get a clear break either above or a break below. And until that happens, we're still just going to, watch how it plays out, right? So this is AUDCAD in a nutshell. I'm not really looking at opportunities for the week yet until there's a very clear direction. Even if there's an opportunity to short from here inside of this zone, I would look out for it during the week. So what I also have on my list for this week is AUDUSD. I like the price action on it, and let me share it with you. Let's do the analysis together. I've already mapped out the chart and noted down what I am looking for. So let's do it again from the start. I'm expecting bullish price action on it, and that's because from this point here, I'm expecting bullish price action on AUDUSD, and that's because if we look at what's been happening here from this area here, This is the weekly time frame. Price has been sitting inside of this zone for a while, and this is a major support region. You can see where price tapped into it and pushed up. It tapped into it again, and then buyers pushed price higher, and then we have a third tap. So it is expected, I'm anticipating that buyers will come in and push price higher. So we're seeing bullish price action on AUD USD, telling us that we could expect further push to the upside from what we see on the weekly time frame. Now let's go to the daily time frame and see what we got. Daily time frame, fantastic. All right, so from the daily time frame, look at what we got here. Let's narrow down to the most recent price action area. So the more you're narrowing down from higher time frames, you want to bring it to the most recent. You want to bring your analysis to the most recent price action area, because that's like the major place area of focus you want to really attend to. So that you're not looking at, a lot of historical, you just really want to focus on the recent areas. All right, so this is what I have on the daily time frame. We can see clearly that price has been in this area, and then we see rejections. Anytime price tapped into the zone, it rejected to the upside. So there's been this consolidation for a couple of days on AUD USD. So this is the daily time frame. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. About 11 days, price has been sitting inside of this consolidation, gathering momentum to possibly extend to the upside. And this will completely align with what we have on the weekly time frame. So see, look at how it is. It has just recently made a breakout of the structure point on. It has just recently made a breakout. Yeah. So look at it. This is what we have. Price was sitting inside of this area of resistance. You can see resistance. Price dropped. It dropped again, and now we can see clearly how it made this breakout. So this is gradually beginning to align with what we have on the daily time frame as well as the weekly time frame. So we're gradually shifting to the upside. So what could we expect if I want to take a buy on this trade, on this pair? Then I would be expecting this retest, which is currently happening. This is the area of retest, and price opened with a gap. So I'm expecting that it would come fill up this gap. Yes, inside of this gap here before continuing to the upside, right? So look at what we have. If I'm going to start using this, I can already see that we have, let me bring this path tool so you can see we have this high, we have this low, and also now a higher high. After a higher low, what do we expect? We expect after a higher high, we expect a higher low. After this higher low happens, we can then expect another higher high. So I'm expecting that we'll see price correct into this area to fill up this gap inside of here before continuing to the upside. So that's my outlook on AUD USD. I'm going to monitor it to see how it plays out in the coming weeks. In the coming week, as the week progresses, right? But if we see a break below, like so, a strong break below, and then a retest, it means that price is likely just going to continue lower. But at the moment, my bias on this pair is bullish unless price says otherwise. We just have to follow what price is doing. If we have anticipated a buy, but then price wants to sell, of course, we will just follow what price is doing and not insist that our own analysis has to be the way the market should respond. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have in a nutshell on AUD USD. If you want to learn how to analyze the market in more detail, to get entries, to get your entry confirmations, you really want to learn how to do this by yourself, you can send me a DM on Instagram at Rita Trades. I will be glad to respond to you to teach you how to do this analysis yourself. So you can sign up for my mentorship program and learn how to trade by yourself. All right. So if you found this helpful, remember to click the subscribe button, like the video, and also share with your trader friends who are learning how to trade. Also follow me on Instagram at Rita Trades for more of real-time technical updates and analysis. All right. So I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.